Hey guys, my name is Ro, and today I'm joined by my friends Harsh and Ivo. And today we'll be looking at 3 underrated anime/manga masterpieces you must watch/read. And since nobody likes long intros, let's just jump right into it.
When we talk about underrated gems, the first anime that comes to my mind is one that masterfully conveys emotional storytelling. An anime that encompasses a wide spectrum of emotions, creating an enticing yet realistic tale. A simple tale about a group of friends going for a run. From its heartfelt story to its beautiful soundtrack to its immaculate vibes, I'm talking about none other than Run with the Wind. An anime about running, the essence of teamwork, and chasing your dreams, Run with the Wind is an experience full of heart. To briefly summarize, Run with the Wind is about a group of students from Kansei University who, through strange circumstances, have been gathered to run in the most prestigious collegiate marathon, the Hakone Ekiden. They are gathered by an experienced runner and charismatic leader of the same university, Haiji Kiyose, one of the best characters I've ever seen in sports anime. What's so interesting about this is that some of these guys have never ran competitively in their lives. Yet, they were all chosen for a reason. And as the story progresses, their journeys are a wonder to behold. As someone who thought running was this simple individual sport, I was pleasantly surprised at the complexity and hype with which the show portrayed long-distance running. Far from individualistic, Run with the Wind perfectly captures the essence of teamwork in running, particularly with its beautiful cast. These 10 boys and their separate as well as collective journeys are an absolutely unforgettable experience. Each of them have their own hurdles and troubles, whether it be with the sport itself or something outside of it. They all run for different reasons, whether it be to run away from their problems, to face their problems, or to simply run because they love running. Their friendship, their chemistry, and their dynamic as a team is one of the greatest in sports anime, and one that will definitely hit close to home. Finally, I want to touch upon the music and the vibes of the show. From its beautiful gray skies to its cheerful sunsets, Run with the Wind's atmosphere and visual storytelling is just stunning. Paired with the masterpiece that is the OST, composed by none other than Yuki Hayashi, who is known for works such as Haikyuu and My Hero Academia, the vibes are just immaculate. From powerful, emotional, moving melodies, to the hype instrumentals, to the upbeat acoustic guitar compositions, the music perfectly captures the range of emotions displayed and enhances them by tenfold. Trust me, the music alone is enough to experience this anime, and along with its heartfelt story and colorful cast of characters, Run with the Wind is what I can only truly call an underrated masterpiece.
The series I'd like to recommend as an underrated one you should watch is Orange. This series isn't one where I believe the writing is impeccable, but rather the emotions and the themes are something truly beautiful. Orange is a manga about saving a boy from suicide. That's such a heavy topic to dwell into, and I don't think I would have enjoyed the story as much as I did if I didn't watch it at such a somber and reflective moment in my life. This manga came to me when I needed it the most. Yes, it's a story filled with many cliched characters. Yes, it's a story where many elements aren't written as best as they could have been. But yes, it's also a story with such a deep, intrinsic emotional narrative that you will think about it for days and months to come. A quick summary of this manga is that a group of kids receive a letter from their future self to save one of their friends from suicide. They list down many things that they should do in order to save him, and also a multitude of regrets they've had so far in life. From the start, this is such an interesting and amusing concept. I think we've all wished at one point in life to tell ourselves our regrets and how we can change them. It's a sci-fi concept for many of us, but in this series, it's not, and the kids manage the impossible. Just like that, we're put on a journey following these kids and their blossoming friendship, along with the dark truth that they need to confront. What I really enjoy about this anime is how somber it felt, and how emotional and desperate it felt when it needed to be. It felt like a story that truly came from the heart. You sometimes sat there watching and thought, hey, you shouldn't do this as some character didn't act pragmatically, or sometimes you applauded another character's decision. It truly had you involved in the story. As a whole, I think if someone watches this series, they'll leave more emotionally enriched. To put it bluntly, it's a series that made me message my friends by the end of it and ask them if they're holding up well, and if they're really fine or not. It's a series that made me realize that a lot of people have their issues that they might not be dealing with well enough, and sometimes it's not enough to bear all the problems by yourself. You have people around you who you can ask for help, and they'll always be willing to help you out in most cases. It was a beautiful message that I came out with by the end of the series. Now, talking about the technical aspects of this series, one thing that I straight away applaud in this anime is the artistic decision to go for almost a pastel-like look. It makes the town of Matsumoto, where the characters reside in the show, seem so mellow, somber, and gentle. It adds character to the place, it almost seems calming. The clips on screen right now will show you what I mean. One series that I can aesthetically sort of compare the series to is probably Steins Gate, and they both give off a similar sort of vibe as well. The art itself is beautiful too. Honestly, going through the pages in the manga or the anime episodes felt like a treat. It can be said that the attention to detail was one of the paramount objectives for the mangaka as well as the animation staff when constructing this show. Now to talk about one of my favorite aspects of this series, and that's the music. I really rate the music of this anime. The openings and endings are something truly magnificent, and I recommend a listen no matter if you watch the show or not, and the OST is a 10 out of 10. I think without the music, the emotional moments may not have hit nearly as hard as they did. As a whole, I don't really have much complaints with this series apart from maybe a few writing mishaps here and there, but I'm honestly willing to ignore them as the emotional weight of the series far overshadows that stuff. And to conclude, I really recommend watching this anime on a hot summer day and just binging through it. You'll really enjoy it and quite possibly come away with a very authentic message about life.
There are very few outstanding mystery anime, much less ones that give you the pieces to decipher their mysteries as you watch. Now add a tint of romance, witty character dialogue, and supernatural elements, and you might just have a cult classic on your hands. Now, Kyoko Suri is not for everyone. If you're looking for heavy action, deep themes, or a romance plot more complex than the average rom-com, you might not get what you want from this series. What it does, however, is provide a plethora of unique scenarios for our characters to solve. From creating a bluff convincing enough to satisfy the curiosity of a deity, to battling a ghost born from people believing a creepypasta by changing the narrative through posting to online forums, or an inheritance dispute turned murder mystery. Now, while these aren't your standard scenarios, they all work surprisingly well to give you that moment of clarity at the end of each arc that every mystery fan craves. Now, you might be wondering about the extent of the supernatural elements and general premise of this story. So, when Kotoko Iwanaga was a child, she was chosen to become the God of Wisdom, a mediator between humans and yokai, but in return lost her right eye and left leg. And now, years later, whenever yokai need their problems solved, she's the one they go to, which leads to the many mysteries we're presented with. And long story short, she falls in love with our protagonist, Kuro Sakuragawa, whom she keeps finding ways to drag along to help fulfill her role, all while trying to get him to like her back. Now, while I would recommend this anime, I must say it is very dialogue heavy, so it won't be for everyone. However, if you're looking for a well-crafted supernatural mystery anime, Kyoko Suri is exactly what you're looking for.
And with that, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day. Peace.